One of my daughter, but not the son.
All right. So who are you?
Bruce Gunderman, Bruce Henry Gunderman.
All right.
I was born in Plymouth, Pennsylvania. I was the last of my family. I was the baby of the family. And I have, knock on wood, I have outlived all my sisters and brothers. And I'm working on my cousins and my nephews now. But as of right now, I was, like I said, I was born in Louisiana in the hospital. My mama passed away from some type of cancer when I was 6 years old. And my dad worked in a coal mine. He went to work when he was separating slate from coal. Back in them days, you stood on a conveyor belt and you throw the slate off and kept the coal. And there was elbow to elbow kids, anywhere from 6 years old to 16. And they would take the slate, sew it off, and they got paid so much. They sit on a conveyor all day long doing the same damn thing. And I don't know how many hours they worked, I don't know how much they made an hour, but my dad come down with black lung, I guess when he was in his late 40s. And I went to the coal mines and he would never let me go down. When they went to work, they got on the elevator and went 2 miles straight down into the earth. Well, as they went down, the coal mines shaft would branch out into coal mines as they went down. I don't know how many branched off that shaft, but it must have been a bunch of them. Then when they got down at the bottom, that was where the stables was at. They kept the mules down there. Well, back in them days, you load the coal car, and you either pushed it out or hooked the mule to it. So they had a mule. They didn't have a whole bunch of ways to get pick and shovel and dynamite. Is all they had back then, an old steel-ass car. And they pushed it up and dumped it into a conveyor belt. The conveyor belt took it on top and dumped a big old coal pile. Well, just before my dad died, I was in high school. He got me a job in the Pocono Mountains. Took care of the greens and junk. I was a lifeguard at night and all that. But when he passed away, I didn't know nothing about my niece Henrietta come pick me up, and she wouldn't tell me that he had passed away. Well, after his funeral, my sister from Arkansas and my brother and my other sister got together, and I went and spent the rest of my days with my sister in Arkansas. I went to school there, graduated in '61, and I went to work. I piddled around for years and years, construction company and all this crap, and eventually soaked in. I was making good money, but I was burning the damn stuff up. We was tearing up the car, high rent, high utilities everywhere you went. They had big construction job. We'll eat your lunch. Well, I don't know what year it was. It must have been the late '60s. I was working over a place called Montezuma, Georgia. We were building forms for concrete walls. We built the form that weighed 2,500 pounds. And they would, once we put the rebar in, pour the concrete, they would pour gravel on top. Well, they call it bedrock gravel. And they would take acid and wash it up and make the prettiest wall you ever seen. Well, they would take it and stand it up and put a wall all the way around, and wound up being a freezer complex where they would process beans and onions and any kind of vegetable. There was a processing plant for vegetables. Well, I guess a month or two into it, my boss and his boss lived down in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, and we was up in Georgia. Well, they were left late on a Monday morning, trying to get the hell to work, and they fell asleep at the wheel, and both of them was killed. Well, we worked, finished the job, and they wanted to know if you want to go to Orlando, Florida. I said, what the hell is in Orlando, Florida? We've got part of a contract to build Disney World. But the drawback to that is you gotta have a Florida driver's license, you gotta change your tags over, and Florida don't really look favorable to people who comes out of the state that takes jobs away from their state people. So you got 3 whammies against you. Everywhere they look, you're gonna get you. I said, the hell with it. I went back to Jackson, Mississippi, got a job with Weymouth Construction Company, building interstate. I helped build Interstate 12 out of Slidell, Louisiana. I helped build Interstate 10 out of Brandon, Mississippi. Well, son, when you build an interstate, it's hot. 7 days a week, 12 hours a damn day, and there ain't no shade nowhere. Well, you're on a shit foot or a roller 2 miles an hour all day long. I think you get bored after a while. So I was looking through my weekly paper up there in Jackson, and they advertised for a solvent plant operator. I said, oh boy, something set down in the air conditioner. Wrong. I went up to work there, $2.50 an hour. There was 3 operators. We were operating 3 different shifts. What we extracted the oil out of soybeans and cottonseed with a process called hexene gas. It would pour over the plates, extract the oil out, and it would go into the separator, and the oil would go one way and the water would go the other way. That's how they get the oil out of the soybeans and cottonseed. Well, after a while, one of the operators quit. Instead of hiring somebody, they wanted us to work 2 16-hour shifts every other day, and I couldn't do that shit. I started, I guess, a month or 2, I got so tired of it, I didn't know what shit. I washed the clothes and hang on now. So I found a job there on the Mississippi Gulf Coast called Eagle Shipbuilding. They was on strike and they needed a bunch of people. Down there I went. Well, on October 4th, 1970, I stepped through the gate and went to work for them people. And I stayed with them people till March the 5th of 2005. And all I got out of it was artificial knee, and that one needed to be operated on, broke neck, and I got COPD, and I got carpal tunnel syndrome out of the deal. But to this day, I don't regret going to work. I love that job. And here more recently, I'm going around visiting with people I didn't have time when I worked. I worked 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. And I miss a lot of kids growing up. I miss them having babies. I miss them getting married. I miss my sisters and brothers. Going fishing with my brother-in-laws. There's a lot of things I miss in life because I had trying to satisfy 3 women. Don't ever try it. There's nothing into it. And when they say they don't love you anymore, you better take their word for it. But you don't try it, they ain't coming back. Once they go over the fence, I mean, I tried to, and I lost a good home in Mississippi. A mobile home I lost. I don't know how many vehicles. And this ain't worth it. When they say they don't love you no more, take them for granted. Unless you get lucky and they pass away. And you get lucky. Out of 3 wives, I was married 52 and a half years, and I'm 78 now. So take old fool's advice. Do like my 2 nephews, Bobby and George. I think they're both of them gay, I'm not for sure. But I don't know where it works out. I got a nephew, Frankie, my brother's son. Years ago, he told my brother he was gay. He's got a nice home. He retired from the University of Texas. He's semi-retired. He works for, I think, Lowe's, one of the places up there, keep him being bored. And he comes down here in Angleton once in a while and take my other nephew, Leonard, to the Iron Skillet, which is a gay bar. And Leonard, I'm not for sure. Now Leonard's kind of on the weird side.
It's a free meal.
Now he's like I am. He's the baby to them. Now Leonard, I think, can lean in either way. He's on the rope. He's on the what they call. He's on the fence right
Only
now.
if you got money.
And
I'm a kept man.
I said, oh, unless you got money. Them people there, they've got money. I don't know. I was around, matter of fact, my 3rd wife, she proclaimed to be a lesbian. But she liked dick more than I liked snatch. And, I put that to rest real quick. I said, that's the reason Baskin Robbins makes 33 flavors. And, I come home one day, I had been operated on. She said, I don't love him anymore. No, her brother died. And she come back from Missouri. I never met Bobby. That was her brother. Died from cancer, a heart attack. I mean, boom, Saturday she was talking, Wednesday he was talking with him, on Saturday he was dead. And like I said, what the old book always says, tomorrow is not a gift. Today is a present. Today is your gift of life. That's the reason they call it the present time. But don't take nothing for granted. If you're young, I don't give a crap how old you are. You better cover your ass. You got family, get insurance with it, and there's enough to cover your bills and stuff if you love your family. Make sure you cover their ass for the hereafter.
Well, if you don't love them,
very far away.
if you don't love them and you got insurance,
Well,
you can kill
if
them
you
and get
don't,
some money, right?
that's strictly up to the end of the day. That's strictly, that's strictly up, I don't. Now, and one way I see it, what Leonard talked about, to cover your kids, not the wife. Just cover make sure your kids can go to college. The hell with the wife, she made her choice. She made her bed, now she got to lay on it. That's another old, bad about old sayings and shit. I reminisce a lot. But
So tell me about your grandma and grandpa. What do you remember?
well, I don't really like. My grandma and grandpa, they spoke fluent German, and all I can remember them, they lived out on a street called Hill Street. Was a big knoll in the town, and they lived on top of that knoll. And you could look down off that knoll, and it was a big subdivision. It was a 3-story house. Everybody up there got basements. And you could look down and see the whole Wyoming Valley, which consisted of about